Good morning, Coastal Bend. It's meteorologist Carly Smith, and we're going to get started. Pretty dry conditions right now here at the studio along SPID, looking towards Staples. But we do have several storms, especially near the coast. Port Aransas is getting hit pretty hard with a thunderstorm right now. As we speak, we're going to take a look at radar. Thank you everyone for joining this live update. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith. If you're rewatching this, there's a lot of live radar at the beginning, but we do get into the forecast several minutes in, so you may want to skip ahead if you watch the replay. But for everyone joining live, thank you for joining. Your current time is 10:51 on September 15th. 2025. So right now it is 76 degrees. It does look like areas around the airport are getting some rain. Wind out of the northeast at 10 miles per hour. But there are some stronger storms. This one near Port Aransas does have an outflow boundary, excuse me, showing up. So we're going to get started with a look at this one. There we go. So right here at Port Aransas, heavy downpour there. These storms are producing rainfall rates that are between 1 and 2 inches per hour. Now, obviously, they're not lasting a whole hour, but a National Weather Service employee in the Portland area said they picked up an inch of rainfall in 30 minutes with the storm that was over Portland. So yeah, that storm has since moved on and weakened with a new storm popping up in the outflow of that storm. They're just off to the west of I-37. There's the airport. Yeah, getting a little rain up near the Corpus Christi airport. A lot of these showers have been just on the south side of even Yorktown. I believe this is Yorktown and not Saratoga, but let's make sure. It might be Saratoga. Of course, the street name isn't showing up when I need it to. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. Okay, so there's Holly. I think the yellow is Saratoga, and apparently there's Yorktown. So yeah, the yellow is Saratoga. Anyway, areas south of Saratoga even have where we've seen the rain south and west of there. Now it's being really laggy. Anyway, that's what happens when you're live. You just experience things as they happen. There's a nice outflow boundary, probably a little bit of sea breeze action, starting to shift the action a little bit closer to 77. So we might start to get a little bit closer to Mathis, Skidmore, Tynan, Orange Grove, Alfred, with some rain here in the next hour or so. So I would say, yeah, that would be close to right on time. Closer to noon is when the activity was going to shift a little bit more inland and become a bit more isolated. I mean, it's pretty isolated now as we speak, but if you're one of the lucky few, especially with that storm that was over Portland, this storm that is over kind of not quite Petronila, but Tierra Grande, that region of Corpus Christi got a nice downpour as well, but Port Aransas is our stronger storm right now at 10:54 a.m. on this Monday morning. Heavy rainfall, wind gusts are not being recorded very high, but reports in the area do say it is some pretty strong straight line winds. Radar is indicating roughly 30, maybe 35 mile per hour wind gust. Let's see if the airport has recorded a wind gust. It does not look like it has. So let's take a look at the current winds. How's everyone doing on this Monday? It is a hit and miss, a little rain here, a little rain there, a little rain not everywhere, kind of Monday for us. So yeah, these are our current winds and our wind gusts. Ingleside has had a 23 mile per hour wind speed. Port Aransas is sustained at 16, so it definitely picked up. But nothing is being recorded as too strong. And they're not supposed to be overly strong thunderstorms. Now, with that being said, a stronger wind gust is possible. It could feel pretty rough if you're not expecting it, but I don't think our wind is being recorded at least higher than 30 miles per hour today. 35, I would say, probably the max. These storms, as I mentioned, are producing some heavy rainfall rates. I think that's the bigger issue. Visibility is going to drop big time. any loose items in your yard, if you get a stronger storm like we're seeing at Port Aransas, could get blown around or knocked around, blown away. But for the most part, wind isn't the issue. Rain is temporarily heavy, could produce an inch of rain in 30 minutes. Otherwise, it's just briefly lowering visibility, making it difficult to drive, walk, move around in, and then it moves on really quickly. Like that storm there in Portland did not last long. The one in Port Aransas is still over Port Aransas for really about the last hour you've been dealing with, but the heavy rainfall has been maybe 30, 40 minutes tops, right? Closer to Baffin Bay, we've seen some action off and on through the morning. This activity pretty light as well. I don't think we're seeing much in the way of lightning with any of these storms. There was a lightning strike in the one that went through Portland. There was a little bit of lightning and thunder with that one. This Port Aransas storm is not showing any lightning. So that's the good news there as well. That means that's a sign that these storms are not too strong, which is what I expect them to be. When we take a look at Futurecast, you will see activity becoming much more isolated into the afternoon. So again, it's mostly coastal, but now we're starting to see the storms right along Highway 77 and a little bit more west of there through lunchtime. Then heading into the afternoon is when we could see some storm action closer to 59 George West for your Benavides. But it's very isolated. Overnight, we clear conditions out, and we're really not tracking much overnight, mostly clear conditions. If you've got any reports to give, rainfall totals, please post it in the comments. We appreciate that. We'll pass it on to National Weather Service as well. We are a team, we work together, and we are glad to do so for you. On this Monday, temperatures will heat up, especially without rainfall. With rainfall, you may stay in the 80s. And one of the big reasons we're seeing the rain today is we still have sea breeze induced activity, but we do have a little bit of upper atmospheric energy. It's coming around the high pressure over kind of El Paso and Mexico, but additionally there's this trough that is setting up between a weak high that's also over the Gulf, and that trough is what's allowing us to get a little bit of an extra boost and get some rainfall totals that are closer to an inch if you're lucky. I emphasize that, if you're lucky. So we still have some of that energy into Tuesday. We lose it for the most part into Wednesday, so our rain chances do trend down into the middle and end of the week. But some more energy could flow around the low, in between the low and the high, which could start to boost our rain chances heading into the weekend. But into next week, this is when the forecast may get interesting. If this secondary trough digs a little bit further south, we could have some interesting weather. Not sold on that yet. It's past our 7-day also. So overall today and tomorrow looks like our best shot of rain, but we do keep the sea breeze style of activity pretty much throughout the upcoming week. But that's not a guarantee you'll see rain. I want to emphasize that. That's going to do it for this live update. Thank you everyone for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please post it in the comments and I will do my best to reach out to you. I'm Meteorologist Carly Smith, signing off from this live update.